Hey guys, welcome to Empowering DIY. As you can see, we're already working on this water heater. I didn't get to the house until I believe it was almost 3 o'clock before I even started, and I had a couple things I had to do that morning. And he'd already started draining the water heater and started unhooking the wiring and stuff before I got there, so I forgot to do an intro. So, just sit back and watch, and I'll try to add in if I need to, but I hope you enjoy it.
Alright, well, if you notice, we got the hot water heater out, and basically right now it's just a back feed, so that's what the water which was left in the hot water. So you see that leak, that's all that is. We got the other disconnect off, the other valve off, so we're not getting any fresh water. And I still might turn that valve off down there just in case while we're gluing it back up. We don't have to worry about it. But what I want to show you right now is this house is fully encapsulated to maintain the humidity and moisture underneath this house. Well, when they did the job, what they did was they ran the plastic up against the hot water heater. And I know they come in and did this after the fact, so they did what they had to do, but it's not ideal because, like exactly what happened with this hot water heater, it's actually been running out from underneath the hot water heater for a good while, and all the stuff under here is really saturated. What we're gonna do, we have this drain pan. Okay, it's just a standard water heater drain pan. It's made for the wider little boys that we got here. I'll try to get this back into the bucket. We're gonna place this here. We're going to level the pan, and I'll show you a time lapse that here in a second, but I want to explain what we're doing. But we're going to have this drain pan here, and we're going to seal all this plastic back up to the drain pan only. And then I'm actually going to take this, we're not going to run this pipe out of the house. We're going to block this off. I want this sealed off, and we're going to have an alarm, which we don't have yet. We're going to order it today. So we're going to have an alarm in the pan, so it'll be sitting inside the pan. You can buy them from Lowe's, Amazon, Walmart, I think even has them. But if the water heater was to spring a leak again, the pan would fill up with the water, and it would make the alarm go off. It would be an audible alarm, and you can even have alarms that go to your alarm system. So if you have an existing home alarm, you can look into see if they have one. I know Simply Safe offers one, and if you talk to your insurance company and you have an alarm here, I think it'll actually help lower your premium a little bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the camera back up and let you watch how we set this up and get it leveled out and everything, and then we'll be setting the hot water heater in place, and I'll get back with you. So stand by. Alright, I want to fill you in a little bit while we're going. Still making a mess, but we'll be done. It'll stop leaking here in a few minutes. But what we decided we're going to do is right here, we want to put a union. So if we ever have to take this back apart, or again, we don't have to cut it, we can just take the union and take it loose and we can work on it or whatever. So hopefully we can put 2 in. If not, we'll go ahead and put the couplings that we have back in and get this project done. But while I have a minute waiting on parts, I wanted to show you something interesting. And I run into it a lot, but I figured something good to share with you. Alright, so when we took the old hot water heater apart, it had the same thing, black and red wire, right? Well, the wire coming from the disconnect is black, white, and red. Now this is very common when you run 3 wires in houses and stuff like that. Contractors will use what they have. So instead of having a 2 wire with ground, they had a 3 wire, and they just used the red wire as a ground. So if you do this yourself and you make sure, you know, when you take the old water heater apart or whatever, you need to make sure that you don't hook this up to one of the hots. So the red wire is the ground, make sure you do not hook it back up. Your black and your white is your hot. And if you were to, let me grab a screwdriver. The best way to confirm is with your meter, or right now you can really just look and tell. But if you weren't sure, this is a way just to double check. So you're going from the disconnect, okay, and you have, they have down there, see, this again, you have to be careful. I didn't wire this up, I don't know who did this, but what they did was they actually ran a red and black for power, and their white is neutral, okay? And then they ran their red is neutral or ground, and black and white as your power for your load side. So again, very, very important. And I would rewire this if I had enough wire, but that red wire is too short to run it up there, and ready to get this thing done. So, but it's okay. I mean, it's not a hazard. It's not dangerous. It's just, to me, it's not done right. Oh, and they have a wire nut in here that shouldn't be either. You want direct connections. So maybe here in the near future I'll fix this box, but for now, just double check, triple check, make sure you know what wire. So you have your white wire and your black wire as your 2 hots. Okay, so we'll get back at it, get this installed. Oh, I'll finish telling you what I was saying. So we know for a fact black and white as your 2 hots, and that's going to make 240 volts. It's going to be 120 volts per leg. So from the white wire to ground would be 120 volts, black wire to ground would be 120 volts. Combined, that's 240 volts. That's why this is a 240 volt water heater. So if you're learning electrical, hopefully that'll help you out just a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and swap out our block off plates and get ready. Hopefully we'll have the unions here in a minute and we'll be done with this. Alright, there you have it. Got it installed, sitting on a pan. We're fixing to put the plug in there. And then I got to get some tape. I didn't have any. I'm going to cut that stuff back and seal it off. Again, like I said earlier, the purpose of this pan is to make sure that water doesn't go underneath this plastic and run and we not know it. So we put an alarm on there. It's a little off-centered, but again, we're not trying to catch all the water if it was the bust. We just don't want it running and not know it, so that's why it's going to be on top of plastic like that. Oh, got it wired up. We already had some insulation here, so I went ahead and put it back. Had some insulation there, went ahead and put it back, and I got to get a couple zip ties. The water's still off, so we're gonna let the glue dry. But while we're under here, come over here and we're gonna go ahead and address another leak that we noticed. Right here, hot water line for the kitchen sink has been leaking. That doesn't look good. So we're gonna cut right here, take this loose. If it's cracked, we'll replace it. If not, I think that this needs some Teflon tape, but if it's corroded real bad, we'll clean it up and fix all that. We gotta wait for the glue to dry on the hot water heater anyway, so why not be a little proactive and take care of your stuff. Well, I didn't film it because our battery died and we had to go run and get a part. But we just did a shark bite here and got it done as quickly as possible. It's getting late and it'll work anyways. I like shark bites. They're really good. They work for CPVC and copper, so it just happened to be the perfect solution for our problem. So that's all we had to do. That it took about 2 minutes to put it on. It took longer to go get the part than it did to fix it. So everything's done here. All right, there you have it, wrapped. All right guys, we got the hot water heater in. Finally, it took all day. We actually spent more time going to get parts for the other leak that we found instead of actually fixing stuff. So you'll see a little bit of clip in there, I hope. We actually are home now. We got cleaned up and everything else, but now we have our own problems. We had the swimming pool put in last year. It's a 27-foot around above ground pool, and this hose for the outlet that was going to here actually already broke, and it split right in two. And I tried to fix it with this just for today to get by, but I can't get it to seal off. So tomorrow's project, we're gonna hard pipe it, and I'll get into details about that. I did it on my last swimming pool and it was great. I'm gonna do it on this swimming pool and it'll be a whole lot better than these rubber hoses anyways. So be sure to like and subscribe, and Clayton, give us a thumbs up at least. You can't tell them to like and subscribe?
Like and subscribe.
All right, and come back and we'll show you how to hard pipe this pool tomorrow, because today I'm gonna go inside and chill out. Are you? All right, well, again, y'all have a great weekend. Thank you for joining in on this video and watching this hot water heater install, and hopefully we'll get all these projects done. We still got the CNC machine to go, and we still have we got another new project. We got a what's it called, a pergola. We're gonna put it up in the next day or two too. So we have lots of projects, and we hope you join in and watch us do them all. So please stay tuned, like and subscribe, and if you don't mind, share, let everybody know about it. We're trying to get our channel built up, but we need your help. So again, thank you. Have a good day.